Okay, boomers and bullet journal aficionados of all ages, welcome to Boomer BuJo. I'm Mark. I'm going to share some things about bullet journaling that may be a bit outside the norm. Consider them hacks, if you will. I'm going to introduce myself and some of my philosophies in this first video. If you don't care about my background and why I bullet journal, fine. Go ahead, check out the following videos. First of which I'm going to post at the same time this one goes up. First of all, yeah, I'm a boomer. I'm older than a lot of your fathers. It doesn't mean I don't get what bullet journaling is all about. You could say I've been bullet journaling all my life, long before Ryder Carroll came up with the term bullet journaling. I started this in college, and I used it for several years to track addresses, keynotes, expenses, to-do lists, those kind of things. When I was in the Navy, I used a wheel book. No NCO or junior officer would have been caught without one of these. Well, you wrote down your orders of the day, you passed them on down to your troops. I found an empty one a couple of years ago and even used it for a year. Remember, I'm a boomer. We didn't have cell phones, personal digital assistants. Computers were a rare thing at that point. When I got out of the service and started working in industry, one of the big things was to get into the Franklin Planner class in my company. Not only did they take you through several days of using it, very similar to what you can see in a lot of videos and writers' videos and books, they actually provided you with the planner. I started with the half sheet size and I used that for over 10 years. Some of those habits persist, which I still use in my bullet journaling today. Then I went the route of the Palm Pilot. Still have it, just don't use it anymore. Lost it a couple of times because it's relatively small. And you couldn't see the big picture on the tiny screen. Surprising how the advancements in memory and screen quality have made the new phones so much easier to use. Then I moved on to the 8.5 by 11 Franklin Planner. I wasn't traveling as much. I could sit it on my desk and leave it there. Frankly, I got tired of paying $100 a year for the pages for this thing. So I transitioned into more inexpensive journals. You know, my company bought them in bulk. You could grab a couple of these and they'd last you several months as you took your notes, you tracked what was going on, your to-do lists, all the rest of it. I still use these for my work. It's just a convenient way of doing it. For a while, I used an app that printed out a piece of paper, and if you cut it in the right way, you could sit there and flip it open like a book, and it would actually import stuff from your email and your to-do list and put it on here so you could track what was going on and give you some places for notes. It worked fairly well. Found myself on the road again, went out and found myself a nice little moleskin wheel book, if you will. It was a lot faster just to open this thing up and write something into it than it was to pull up the phone, find the right app, and put that to use. But I struggled a lot with these methods. So I tried for a number of years to find an electronic solution. I've used the Palm, I've used various apps. Most of them were free. I even paid for a few, hoping I would find one that would work. I used Rocketbooks with their ability to scan into various applications. I tried different programs and methods, trying to find a product that would do it all. And you know what? There isn't one. So for the last few years, I've been using a suite of products. In one respect, you could say I keep two sets of books. One is for my full-time job. The other is for everything else in my life. Yeah, there's a little bit of bleed over in there, usually around vacation times and, when I'm going to be traveling, that you'll find in both places. But for the most part, they're separate entities. I love my job. Between my work computer and my work journal, I've got that pretty much under control. So my primary calendar is the one in my Google account. It's the one I use to sync activities with my wife, track my social activities, my hobbies, personal appointments. It's available on any computer attached to the internet, as well as my phone, my tablet. I can double check my personal calendar at work without missing a beat. My habit tracking is done on Google Sheets. Yeah, I've been tracking my habits this way for over 5 years. I start a new sheet every year, hide the date columns as they go past, and color code the activities. Pretty straightforward, and the concept really matches what I've seen in most of the habit trackers within the bullet journal community. I can add rows, delete rows, depending on what activities are going on, but I always have the information of what I tracked. Again, I can go into just about any of my devices, pull it up, make my additions, double check what I need to do, that sort of thing, and not miss a beat. After trying a number of tracking apps, I finally started to use Google's task list for my to-do list. Not as robust as I would like, but the accessibility across my platforms is reasonably good. And it comes up with my calendar and my email, making it pretty seamless to connect everything together. Now I hear you saying, okay, Boomer, why do you need a bullet journal if you have all these apps and applications? I'm sure many experienced BuJo community members have already spotted the why. I'm not sure how I stumbled upon bullet journaling, but there it was, and there were a lot of aspects of it that I really liked. I could use the habits and symbols I'd used up to that point as a nice perk. So the calendar is great for laying out time frames and due dates and when activities are happening. So why do I need a bullet journal? My habit tracker is awesome for reminding me that there are things I need to do every day. Why do you need a bullet journal? Task list is handy, but it doesn't get to the details in the background that I need to accomplish that task. Do you see what's missing? It's going to be obvious to some of you. None of these methods bring it all together. None of them really provide a way of establishing what my goals are. They just kind of skirt around the edges. And they really don't help with the dreaming, the imagining, fleshing out ideas, and just doodling. And for me, that's the beauty of the bullet journal. It serves as a nexus for the whys and the why-fors, and how do I get from here to here that just don't fit into these other methods of organizing our lives. There's a lot of zen in that focus that the bullet journal provides. A few minutes at the start and the end of the day, maybe some entries during the day, or time taken out during your day to dream, to doodle, to muse about life. The whole process of organization and indexing. Among other things, it makes us feel in control of all these events and tasks. My videos are not going to step you through a bunch of pages in my journal or videos showing you how to set up your journal. Hey, there are dozens of very artistic people out there that do a lot better job of that than me. Mine are going to be the hacks, the shortcuts, the things that I found useful and helpful in keeping me on track. I hope you appreciate my content. I hope you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.